Hey guys, what's up? Z here, and after my review of the Ulefone Power 2, I have another big battery phone here, the OUKITEL K6000 Plus. The OUKITEL K6000 Plus is pretty much OUKITEL's version of the Ulefone Power 2. In terms of specs, they are almost identical: metal body, full HD screen, MediaTek processor, and a massive 6000 mAh battery. Before I compare this phone to the Ulefone Power 2, we have to figure out whether this phone is good or not. That's exactly what we're gonna do. This phone is big and metal, not much else to say about it. It's not super compact, definitely not bezel-less, but the metal body is definitely nice to touch. The phone is pretty thick as well, almost 1 cm thick, but that's a worthy price to pay for the huge battery. Just below the screen you find the 3 capacitive buttons, the buttons on the side, and the fingerprint sensor on the back as well. So moving on to the screen, we have a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS display made by AUO, and the screen does its job pretty well. The screen is pretty crisp, it displays stuff nicely, and colors are decent as well. The max brightness tops out at around 450 nits, and the screen is covered with Dragon Show glass. No complaints about the display here. Moving on to the audio, the speaker provides decently loud sound. The audio quality is actually slightly above average as well. Have a listen for yourself.
When it comes to government hearings, the only type of witness I enjoy being is a hostile one. That's why I intend to answer every one of their questions with a question.
Were you aware that all of the entertainment and food was provided by rec center teachers?
Would I have stayed if I knew that?
I don't know. Would you have?
What do you have?
No, I wouldn't have. Did you hear Leslie make any promises?
What constitutes a promise?
A quid pro quo.
Oh, do you know Latin?
Okay. Thank you, Ron.
So obviously with a 6080 mAh battery, the battery life here is going to be crazy. I went about 40 hours without charging and racked out about 10 hours of screen on time, and I had about 13% left at the end of the day. Are you going to have a problem with the battery life here? Absolutely not. We have Android 7.0 installed on the phone. In general, use is fast and fluid, no complaints there. The MTK processor does decently well at launching and closing apps. It is slightly slower than expensive flagships, but you don't notice it unless you have both of them side by side. Multitasking is also good because you have 4 gigs of RAM and no slowdowns there. Moving on to gaming performance, I experienced zero lag when playing intense games like Asphalt, so this would be a great gaming device on the go as well because the battery life will not die. The last thing I want to talk about is the fingerprint sensor. It's fast, it's accurate, and it works well. Moving on to connectivity, the OUKITEL K6000 Plus does get decent LTE speeds as well, as you can see in the speed test here, and reception is pretty decent as well. I didn't find any issues with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or GPS, and they all worked just as they are supposed to. The back camera takes some pretty good pictures in perfect lighting conditions. They actually aren't bad at all, but if lighting gets worse, then the photo quality starts dropping off a cliff. Colors are not bad, but they can be saturated and colorful if you frame the shot right as well. HDR does help with that as well. The camera is pretty bad in low light though, lots of noise and grain. The front-facing camera is 8 megapixels and obviously takes less detail than the back camera, but it works decently well for selfies. The same issues apply here though. The back camera can take 1080p video, and the video has okay detail here as well. So to conclude this review, the OUKITEL K6000 Plus biggest weak point is the camera, and that's where it stumbles. But the rest of the phone is really not bad. It is a worthy competitor to the Ulefone Power 2. I didn't really go into much detail comparing these two phones, so I'll probably make another video comparing the K6000 Plus and the Ulefone Power 2 as well. Thanks so much for watching, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.